Hi, everybody. We're live. It is a holiday for some of us, and for those of us who are working today.
Hey, Huggy, guess what? It's a holiday. Did you know that?
So I'm working for nothing, brother?
Yeah. Actually, we're working for Yolanda Starks White, who doesn't believe in holidays. And so here we are.
See how I am right
now. Hey guys, how are you? How was the holiday for you?
That was good.
It was good.
Didn't do much.
We're going to talk about that a little bit.
We didn't do much.
What did you do?
Nothing. We just ate.
We don't we don't celebrate 4th of July. We just do 4th of July shit.
Right. Pretty much.
We don't celebrate Independence Day.
Independence Day.
Right.
Maybe EBT Day.
Right. we'll grill some shit, drink some shit, right. Talk some shit.
Even wear red, white, and blue.
Right.
We got some fireworks.
But we don't. Fireworks.
We wear condoms with sparklers on the tip. We do.
All right.
Yeah, we do all kinds of things like that.
That's painful to think about.
That's too much independence.
But if that works for you and the wifey, okay, who am I?
If it works.
If that's what floats your boat, then I'm all good for it.
I told the wifey, don't let it blow up in your face now. back away from this.
And that's not the first time you've said that too, right?
You got that right. I married her.
Didn't I?
What's up, Coy?
Hey.
Coy, what did you do?
Watch fireworks from my roof. There was like 7 different fireworks shows going on at the same time, in addition to people shooting fireworks. I wanted to join in, but I think I'm a little bit too high, and we're close to a helipad, so that might have.
What you mean high? Oh,
yeah, you mean height, or you mean height?
No, height.
you gotta specify now.
You really do.
You mess around and set those plants on fire. You better stay away from those fireworks.
I know.
Them plants getting tall as shit too, Coy.
I know. Look at that.
A whole lot of people don't know you standing up right now.
All right, I'm coming to you live from the forest of Coy Malone.
It does look. I was telling her before we started. She looks her coloring is so great, and she looks like she's in the middle of a tropical forest,
right.
With all the plants and everything. And so I'm not mad at you standing there with your plants, and as life goes on for you and in the world of tropical plants.
What you do, Sybil? You go to Papados?
No, I did go.
You shoot fireworks in Papados parking lot?
There were a lot of fireworks, but
last
night when I came home, there were a lot of fireworks, but when I went out to look, I couldn't really see like a real concentrated effort. I heard a lot, but I couldn't really see in my house, in my backyard, that people were talking about. So
I watched on my sister's porch, and it was a whole different kind of fireworks. And
I bet it was.
The monument had to stop shooting fireworks.
They're like, you go ahead. You go.
So, we was over there with our hard hats and bulletproof vests. Because they don't just shoot fireworks in the hood, so.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So was your dog affected by the fireworks?
Yes, and you know what we got?
Dogs was scared as hell.
We got thunder shirts for the dogs.
Okay.
I got thunder shirts for the god dogs, and Ramsey, who really is affected by this. I mean, year after year after year.
That's a cool ass name for a dog, Ramsey.
It really is. It's the street he was found on, and he was just as chill as the other side of the pillow.
Oh, really?
It really worked.
Our dog had a miserable 3rd of July because people were firing them off early. But on the 4th of July, we remembered that my daughter had picked up some dog CBD honey from PetSmart. So I held her mouth open, and my wife squeezed half of the tube down her throat. When I tell you, she chilled the whole night. She was just loving. She was loving life. There would be fireworks. She would look up and be like, "Yeah."
Wow.
That's that shit right there. Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Well, when
That's
I went over to
crazy.
see Ramsey the other night, and he was really happy to see me. But as I sat on the floor with him and we could hear the fireworks in the background, he just kind of looked and then went right back to chilling. And so the thunder shirt worked for him. Ward wasn't so happy with the thunder shirt for Lawler. But Ramsey, it seemed to work. So I'm hoping, maybe they'll pack up those other 2 thunder shirts I bought and send them back to Amazon. But for Ramsey, I hope he'll hold on to his.
Chris, I had some extra honey. I had some extra CBD honey biscuits for breakfast this morning.
Okay.
I had some extra honey I put in my wife's drink last night.
That was part of the discussion.
So we just sat back and watched Cosby show.
Oh, too soon, bro.
So I was
too soon. What are you talking about, bro?
That is a part of my discussion today, and I do want to talk about Bill Cosby. But now that you brought it up, Chris, let's go there, because so much has happened since you guys were here last week. So let's talk about Bill Cosby, his release from prison, and all that has occurred since then. We're talking about the fact that he was released on a technicality. A number of his fans, including the people that work for him, as well as those that used to work for him, namely Felicia Rashad, caught a lot of hell for their response, talking about justice, finally justice. And then, of course, there are like close to 60 women and their supporters saying that justice does not prevail, and that this agreement that he made previously does not exonerate him. This is not saying that he did not do it. They did not find that. What happened was he made an agreement. The following prosecutor, after the prosecutor that made the agreement, who was Bruce Castor, by the way, who was Donald Trump's defender during the second impeachment. He's the one that made that agreement with Cosby originally, not to, if he would participate in this deposition, in which he told everything that he did to Andrea Constand, which led to this now happening. Be that as it may, he's released, and people are still saying he's been exonerated. No, he is not, but he's out. And now Felicia Rashad has really caught it, right? Because she came out and said, justice, the possibility of them taking her deanship away at Howard University, because so many students and their parents are upset with her response. Howard's not too happy, but they haven't come forward yet. And then yesterday, Bill Cosby comes out with his PR guy, Andrew Wyatt, and he says yesterday, Howard University, you must support one's freedom of speech, Ms. Rashad, which is taught or supposed to be taught every day at that renowned law school, which resides on your campus. This Main Street media, get this, this Main Street media are the insurrectionists who stormed the Capitol. Those same media insurrectionists are trying to demolish the Constitution of the United States on this Independence Day. No,
he must have been reading the jailhouse newsletter. They got it all fucked up. No, that's not who the insurrectionists are. No, you read it wrong, right?
But how is it that he has now flipped it? It's very Trump-like. It's very Donald Trump-like in terms of flipping it and calling the mainstream media, who are still calling him out for what he did, as the insurrectionist.
And Felicia Rashad has freedom of speech, but there's also such a thing called bad for business.
Yes.
I can be a CEO of McDonald's, but if I say, but our burgers really do taste like shit, that's freedom of speech. But I should be fired for that, I believe.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
What she said is bad for business. You're in the business of educating and protecting young Black women.
Yep.
Young Black women and we all know sexual assault is very high on college campuses. Right, yes, on college campuses.
Right. Yes.
Now, who in the Department of the Arts would feel comfortable going forward now, knowing where she stands on it?
That's right.
Come on.
Right. That's right.
Bad for business.
And you can't come back, later in that day and say, my support for survivors knows no bounds, and I really recognize, what they've gone through. No.
Meanwhile, Stephanie Mills is like, right on, sister. Stephanie Mills, you read all her tweets? She's amazing. Stephanie Mills is defending Felicia Rashad and Bill Cosby. She hosts Bill Cosby now. gets out there and fights for other people wrongly convicted.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
She needs to go home.
So
oh goodness.
When I think of you,
man.
And you know, Chris and Huggy and Coy, I'm not opposed to people standing with their people. You know, if you guys did some stuff, I would stand with you. I get that.
wrong is wrong, though. So,
But wrong is wrong, Huggy.
right.
You know, we might have that discussion off air, you know, but I just see this so differently than a lot of people, and I think that we are of one accord. But it's really interesting to hear the response of people and disregard all of those women. 60 women.
Imagine if that was a daughter or a mom or
yeah,
aunt, you know, a
yeah.
relative.
Like Bill Cosby is the actual sex offender here, so this is all on him. But as far as like Felicia Rashad coming forward, and you got Stephanie Mills come, I mean, you don't have to tweet it. Like
that's it,
right? That's the part.
Paul Bill.
Right.
So, Coy, here's your generation.
Right. So
here's your generation.
The
Coy.
TV wife said some shit. The real wife ain't said shit.
Nothing.
Bruh.
Nothing.
Speaking of Camille, that had to be a cold night at home. Your first night back?
But she wasn't even there, from what I understand.
I'm about to
she
say
was somewhere else.
That would have been so uncomfortable in that house.
Wow.
Oh my God!
She was at the Lil Uzi Vert concert. So.
But Coy,
you know what? She should have left pictures of all the women on their bed for him when he got home.
Ooh,
and he would put some lotion and said, "Thank you, Camille.
Thank you for the welcome home."
Thank you home.
She got too class for it. She probably had a cook mate.
Coy, I wanted to ask you about this because your generation is the one that is leading us in social media, and everything that is in our minds, does it have to be tweeted? Does it have to be Instagrammed for you guys?
No, you know what? That's the thing that happened when, Twitter came along, and then Instagram, and even when Facebook was started. It gave people a way to communicate and talk about, what's on your mind. That's what the status update says. It says, what's on your mind? So people are taking that as a way to communicate and thinking that it's the same as having one-on-one conversations, and it's not. Mm-hmm. It has made me kind of look at my generation and realize everything doesn't need to be posted. Everything doesn't need to be tweeted. Everything doesn't need to be, posted on Instagram and what have you. You're literally giving people a window into your life, your perspectives, and things like that, which is okay in some senses. But when it comes to situations like a convicted sex offender, and you're publicly showing your, camaraderie with him and your support for him being released, okay, but then that's a gray area because of the job that you work in the field that you work in, and what you represent. Just your face alone, without you even speaking, represents something. Yeah. So, and people don't think about this when they think about their jobs, when it comes down to certain things going on in their personal life, even in their relationships. People are posting everything that they think and they feel, and then when they get backlash from that or criticism, you're opening the doors for that kind of backlash, criticism, or anything. Anybody can say anything about you at any given time. So no, I just feel like no, because there's things like, for me, for instance, that I've gone through, and I'm very, very limited on what I post about it, because I don't want to open those doors of criticism and judgment and things like that. I don't want to jeopardize my job. I don't want to jeopardize, who I am as a person. And I don't want to seem like I'm throwing out tea and shade and stuff. Like, it's so many opportunities to do that, but a lot of people just need to learn balance when it comes to what you share publicly. Because when you put it on a public domain, even if you have a private page, it's public information.
But they know it's public, but I think they just want to do PR for him. Like if you read the comments underneath Felicia Rashad's post or Stephanie Mills' post, as crazy as we all know it is, you'll find half of the posts are like, "Right on, Stephanie. I agree," or "I agree, Felicia Rashad. Finally, justice." I'm like, how many people are this crazy? I mean, it's like it is almost like Trump followers. You feel like you guys are not looking at reality here.
Right.
They're
Right.
looking at the TV show character.
And this PR he's been able to twist this whole thing where he's presenting himself as innocent. He's presenting himself as wrongly convicted. And that's not what happened. Right. You had already confessed and had an agreement. And they shouldn't have put you in jail. Okay, they should not have put you in jail. But you are guilty. But he's writing this whole thing, and they're writing for him saying he was wrongly convicted. Right. Like, there was no justice.
Another black man wrongly convicted.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And we got scores.
That's what they're protesting.
Yeah.
Right. And it positions the women as liars now. Like, I mean, how many posts have you seen where brothers are like, 60 women are lying.
Yeah.
60 women who didn't even know each other got together and conspired against this man.
With similar stories.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about just the way that he methodically did this time after time after time. Absolutely. Let's talk about another storm, because I really want people to talk to focus on this storm, because this is a real storm. It has been downgraded, but Tropical Storm Elsa is already spreading into Florida after it hit Cuba. It made landfall this afternoon at about 2 o'clock, about 80 miles southeast of Havana along the Caribbean coast. And they say that it is expected to, that it is already moving towards the outer rain bands, pivoting through South Florida, occasional wind gusts now over 40 miles an hour. And this is Tropical Storm Elsa. The warnings are in effect for the Florida Keys, according to those, and expected to go up that west coast in terms of Marco Island, Naples, Sanibel, Tampa, St. Pete, and on up. So this is why they did the implosion of the condo building, right? And so because they're scared about what the effects of the rain is going to be. So they did that. Right. And as a result, they have also found, as a result of the implosion, they found more bodies. This afternoon, there was another update in the condo building in Surfside as they are going through the collapsed building, and they found now another body. The bodies they recovered is at 28. With 117 still unaccounted for. And guys, did we talk about this in terms of just talking to Tom about it? And now more conversations coming out about those sinkholes and everything. A lot of people and a lot of information, and scary too, about the way the local governments handle these buildings going up and what they're responsible for, or how they're just letting them go up without their due diligence in terms of how to keep people safe in these buildings.
And I saw something today that they you didn't even think about it. The part of the rescue mission is pets.
Yeah.
Recovery of pet bodies.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And dogs, finding dogs.
Right.
Have you seen the recovery dogs?
Right.
And they come upon these dogs that people have had with them. There's one story in which the dog was found in the owner's arms. It's tragic.
And I also saw something about, like, there are different government plans in effect to try and help the people displaced. I'm like, doesn't the people who own that building, isn't it their responsibility? Like, why is it now the government has to swoop in and try and find me someplace? I mean, it's their condos.
Right.
So I own this place. I've been paying for this place. I'm invested in this place.
Right.
Now, do I get my money back?
So is this a FEMA thing then, Chris? Because
FEMA's going to be involved.
It's like they're saying, let FEMA handle it.
I mean, am I going to be living in a tent now? Am I going from having my own condo in Miami to, you going to put me up in some little tent city?
Oh, you don't want that in Miami. Oh my gosh, it rains all the time. And then with these tropical storms coming, you might as well just sleep on the beach.
Well, I think they've learned something, or at least I hope they have learned, especially since the hurricanes that went through Louisiana and Katrina and those, and how people were treated, how FEMA responded, and hopefully there's been some improvement there. On a lighter note, I want to go back to our conversation about the 4th of July. Because here we are, the 4th of July, and it's different today for those of us as adults, as opposed to the way we celebrated or the way that our parents observed the holiday by having a day off, and the way we celebrated. I was thinking about this because, you know, in our neighborhood, all the kids had fireworks. I didn't, because my daddy was a fireman and he said, we don't do that. I will do it. You know, you have your little sparklers, you got the snakes, you know, those kind of things, punks that we lit. And I'm talking about the sticks there, Huggy. But it's
I put a house on fire one time with a sparkler.
Shut up.
Yeah, ask my sister, she'll tell you.
Okay, you tell us now before we can get Danielle on the air.
That's okay. That's
Fuck,
right.
are you the Omen? Damien?
No, man, we was throwing sparklers, and I threw mine the furthest, you know.
And it was in the house?
And it caught on some ivory on the side of the house, and
oh my God! Yeah. Did the whole house catch fire?
Well, just the top part.
Just the roof.
Huggy, did you get in trouble?
Did I?
Okay.
I think I got body slammed.
Huggy.
Yeah, some real
so
shit.
You had sparkler tossing contest?
Yeah. I know my sister disappeared after she didn't see my shit come back down.
Can't wait to hear that story from Danielle.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How about you, Chris? Did you guys do a lot of that growing up?
Nope. It was illegal. We were in Maryland at the time. We couldn't get fireworks where we were in Howard County.
It was illegal in Chicago.
No, all we could do was little white things, snap and pop things. That little bitch ass things, little white.
What? Hey, hey, Sybil. That little punk ass, you can light them in the house.
Right. You didn't have to go out to the driveway to do that, right?
You can hit somebody. You can hit somebody with it. It didn't hurt. Yeah.
They're like little caps.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And Coy, what about you? Was this in California?
California, yes, we went to a lot of fireworks and light shows. And then here in Georgia, oh yeah, for a long time it was Let It Fly. We love going to the they have outlet stores for fireworks just outside of Georgia. For a while it was illegal because of the forest fires that were happening down in Florida at one point in time. That started because of fireworks. So for some years, up until I want to say maybe about 4 or 5 years ago or so, it was illegal in Georgia. The only other year that I didn't celebrate when we lived overseas. But then that's when you realize, damn, I'm not in America no more.
Right, because 4th of July is the 4th of July. It's July 4th.
Exactly. Just walking around like, it's just a regular old day. I'm like, dang.
Coy, what you been in the International Witness Protection Program? He said California. She said Georgia and overseas.
Overseas.
Overseas. No.
You got some goddamn explaining to do.
No, it was we lived in Turkey for a while.
Are you a military? You're a military? Okay, military.
Yeah, my dad was in the military. He worked through the Air Force Reserves after retiring from the Navy. So his job took us all over the US. It took us overseas. We came back. And so yeah, it was
on the bases, did you all have celebrations?
We didn't live on the base.
Oh, okay. Does that mean you couldn't go to the base for
but I don't remember any celebrations like that. Like we would kind of get together for, you know, some of the American holidays, but I don't really remember huge celebrations like that, at least not on that base. But then again, that could have been a safety measure just because we were in the Middle East and, you know, we could have been targets as American citizens.
True. Yeah.
And that was just the reality of things.
So
you were in Turkey, so you couldn't wear any tight clothes or short skirts or that's turkey leg hut. That's turkey leg hut. That's not turkey. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
No. Turkey is a little bit modernized as far as all the Islamic countries. So no, we didn't have those kind of strict.
I'm sorry, Coy. Everything I hear now, I'm just thinking in terms of the lens of turkey leg cut. I'm sorry.
Six-page dress code.
I know, man.
No, we only have those kinds of dress codes when we visited certain religious areas. Like if we wanted to go visit and tour
to a mosque or something.
Yeah, then we had to like wear our hair covered and just make sure that we were dressed properly. But Turkey overall is a modernized country.
So our question for folks today is talking about the 4th of July. How did you celebrate? How did you observe? What was the, whose house did you go to? What were the fireworks like? Did you do like, my dad or other dads in our neighborhood? They were illegal. People would go to Indiana and get the fireworks and then, bring them back to the South Side. And we always had that one person, he's only got 3 fingers now.
Yeah.
As a result of that. Yeah.
So we need to give prizes away for the most outrageous answer.
Right.
What did you do for 4th of July? I killed my stepdaddy.
Okay, winner, chicken dinner. Okay.
Twice.
Turkey leg dinner.
I set a house on fire with a sparkler.
That's real shit, man.
To cover up for cover
I
up
had
for
to run away, bro. I had to run away, bro. I had to run away.
So if you're like Huggy and still living life on the lam for things that you did as a child,
why would you say that out loud? What if people are still looking for who did that?
What?
Right.
What if they're still looking for the person that killed somebody in a burnt house?
Oh shit!
Like Miss Hattie Jean Lowdown, did she know?
You just blew it. They're gonna come knocking on your door. Put down the sparklers and come out.
My stepfather dead now, so I'm all right.
So after his death, you came out of the witness protection.
I didn't go to his funeral, but he's dead. He's dead.
Okay, this is taking an uglier turn.
No, it's not. So this is very therapeutic, by the way.
Okay. All right.
I celebrate the 4th on my sister's porch, and she lived in the neighborhood is close knit, and they let those fireworks go.
Yeah.
And the people down here are competing with the people down here, and I'm talking about some half a sticks of dynamite, whole sticks of dynamite sound like. I'm talking about shit, alarms going off, dogs running from the owners and shit.
And what's crazy, Sybil, is Huggy's sister bought that house that he burned down as a child, and now they watch fireworks from indoors because there's no roof.
With the ceiling missing.
Right.
I'm celebrating the 4th with the ceiling missing.
What do you all do in January? We wait for July.
But I saw something on the internet was real cruel, man. I think it was overseas where somebody duct taped a rat to a rocket.
Oh man!
Oh my God!
That's serial killer shit.
And lit it, and bro, you should have saw the rat face. He was like, it was like some Wile E. Coyote shit, bro. It was like,
that's like Dahmer stuff.
Right, that's step one of being a serial killer. Killing animals like that.
You need to check in on that person psychologically.
Okay.
I mean, that was overseas somewhere, yeah.
Well, maybe near where Coy grew up. I'm not sure. So a lot of folks celebrate. Did you, because we had the long holiday, did y'all celebrate on the 3rd, 4th, and today the 5th, or was it just one day? Or
we went to 2 different situations. We went to 2 different eating crabs and pasta salad.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Great stuff.
And it's not a barbecue thing for you guys. It's about the crabs and
it's about everything. It's about the fellowship. Yeah. Shout out to Damo. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, I did get some barbecued steak and what did I have at sister's house yesterday? Of course, some really good potato salad and stuff like that. So it was
no scrapple, Sybil?
No, that's George Wallace territory.
Oh,
I don't mess with that kind of stuff.
And Jay do the liver pudding. Can you put liver pudding on the grill?
He would. You know he would. You know he would. A lot of folks did watch, or they recorded and watched today, the PBS special hosted by Vanessa Williams, and in which a lot of controversy, as she foreshadowed what she was going to be singing last night on the PBS special, the 4th of July performance of "Lift Every Voice and Sing."
Wow.
And folks were not, and she said, known as the Black National Anthem, sparked the controversy on social media. They were calling it divisive. There's even a young woman, she's a young Black woman from Florida. She's running for election. She's running for office. And she says, Vanessa, that's something you do in Black African countries, not here. And I was like,
where's she from?
Florida.
Oh, shit. What
The
part of
song
Florida?
is from here.
Let me see if I can find her, Huggy.
They're calling it the critical race theory soundtrack now.
Yeah, right, exactly right. But Vanessa stood by it and she sang it, and she introduced. Laverne. Here it is. Laverne Spicer, a Republican candidate for Florida's 24th congressional district, tweeted Saturday, "Vanessa, honey, a Black national anthem is something a Black African country would have. Not a country like America that exists for everyone."
No relation to Sean Spicer.
Well, unless she's from the family, part of the family that worked on the outside.
Oh, okay.
And how dare we try and get Vanessa Williams riled up by calling this a controversy? She knows controversy. This is nothing. Y'all took away my shit.
That's a microcosm of shit right there.
Crown and everything.
She went through the shit she went through back then.
Right.
Before social media.
Right. Come on.
That's right. That's right. So this was absolutely, so she got dedicated to our African American ancestors and sang away, and she got a lot of love. But a lot of those people.
Something you sing in an African country.
Yeah.
What does this have to do with Detroit?
Why do we have to walk that line? Why do we always get policed like that? Why?
And here's the thing: the Star Spangled Banner is about slavery. You know, it's written by a slave master.
That song is divisive. Get back to the slave shit.
Let's talk about that while you're tweeting about crazy. How divisive it is to sing the Black National Anthem. And haven't we done enough to drive a wedge through this country? Yeah, you and your kind did, especially January 6th.
Yeah,
we didn't get a Juneteenth public PBS special, so shoot, they should be happy to share.
They're working on that now, young Coy.
Yeah.
So I bet after she finished up, she probably had a nice cold beer. Vanessa Williams, and she's a cold one. Yeah. So,
did you see Summer So? Anybody see Summer So?
Yes. Did you?
Wow.
Okay,
yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you, and I was waiting for people because I think it comes out on it streams on Friday, I think, Huggy. So I was going to talk to you about that next week, but we will talk about that during our entertainment section. I also want to talk about the Dick Gregory look ahead, talking about the Dick Gregory documentary that is out there now. Right. So, folks, as we wrap up our 4th of July discussion and things. Was it different this year because we had Juneteenth as a national holiday? Did it feel different to you, the 4th of July, as their Independence Day now that we have ours, or was it just like all the other 4th of Julys that we've had in the past?
Well, it automatically felt different based on the 4th of July we had last year. No, I'm talking about with quarantine and COVID. Right. We didn't really do anything a year ago.
Right.
And then, like you're saying, having a new administration and nobody wants to drive a fucking tank for the 4th of July. That's a big deal.
Right.
That's a big deal. So all of that just made everything different.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And Juneteenth, it didn't, to me, Juneteenth felt like a whole different kind of celebration. It felt like, I don't know, it's more personal and and I don't know, it just meant something more to me. And this is just about getting together.
More acknowledgement.
Right. This the 4th is just getting together and having some food with people
and having more days off. I mean, because this weekend was like, it was really.
And I think because of the pandemic, people were happy this 4th to just blow up some shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was like it was an expression. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And these young kids, they don't even light fireworks to shoot them up in the air. Like they hold Roman candles and shoot them at each other. Have you seen this?
I saw something online.
It's
was
crazy. Like
was
they shoot at each other with these Roman candles, like a shootout with fireworks.
Yeah.
Didn't some hockey player die?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a young man died as a result of the, I think it's the Columbus Blue Jackets he played for. And he died as a result of the fireworks, and he had a horrible
chest trauma.
injury.
Chest trauma.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I read that. Yeah, chest trauma.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was firework related. Shit.
Yeah. And you know, you would think, okay, so you know, all of this equipment he's been wearing all of his life, you know, to prevent something like that. He finishes up his season and goes out to celebrate, and this is what happened.
I'm laughing. What's the guy's name in that video, brother? The funny video. I'm about to talk about how dangerous fireworks are, but remember the video of the black man in the motorized chair?
I see that.
Come on.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
Yeah, put it in reverse, Terry. Bruh, you gotta find that video. Yeah, bro, it's a famous viral video that black people.
I heard that.
Firework is on the ground, and Terry can't get his motorized chair to move. So the whole thing, it started blowing up all around. Oh no, Terry! Oh Lord, Terry! No. Yeah. That's hilarious shit.
It's so crazy.
But Terry is going to the circle right there with donuts. Right where it's blowing up. Yeah, but it really is some dangerous shit, man. They're explosives. They're actually explosives.
What's the football player? Was that firework related?
Yeah,
the football player.
Yeah.
What's his name? St. Pierre? No.
Yeah. Did he lose like a
finger? Yeah. He lost a finger.
Yeah, he sure did.
He lost a finger, bro.
I think did he lose one on each hand, or there was something? It was quite complicated. But yeah, he did a few years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he was a New York Giant. Maybe
he was a New York Giant.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us take a look at the What You Need to Know newsletter. Young Coy, our social justice activist, has a story in today's edition talking about those wacky Ohio policemen and talking about the KKK with your black fellow officers. What happened, Coy?
Well, this police chief who served in a Cleveland, Ohio suburb. He's been on the force for 30 years, and he was police chief for the past 8 years until last week when he decided to print out a note on the office printer machine, and it says Ku Klux Klan, and he puts it on the jacket of a black officer of whom he hired. And all this was caught on surveillance video.
Not some rookie, brother. Not some rookie.
No.
Not some young dummy. No.
Hazing. No, none of that.
Right. The police chief.
Yeah.
On camera.
Charge.
On camera.
Fat white man chief of the police department, and just he could barely get through the doorway to do all of this stuff, and then
looks like he's the only one in the picture. You can see him clearly. Only one there. Okay.
I saw that.
And so the police union, the local police union, brings this to the attention of the mayor, who put him on administrative leave immediately. After which the police chief ended up retiring.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, he still gets his benefits and stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah.
This whole thing is still under investigation. The police officer, who has remained unnamed right now, has retained a lawyer in preparation for legal action. And it's just wild that this police chief said that this was actually a part of an off-color joke that's being overblown. And he has great respect for the officer of whom he hired. I don't see any jokes about referencing a Civil War era terrorist group that used violence that often turned fatal in order to promote and to uplift and make the number one thing, white supremacy. And it was openly supported. This wasn't a secret society. This was a outright in your face society, supported by local government. Police,
shit just happened. Shit just happened on
white.
camera this time. He got caught.
Yeah, he got
Right.
caught.
It was too fucking comfortable doing that. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
for them to just think that was a joke, man. You know what I mean?
And
I'm interested to hear what kind of joke is this? Like
Right.
what?
Right. Oh, Leroy's gonna get a chuckle out of this,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, Grandpa. All right.
And Leroy's gonna find a note and be like, "Man, y'all crazy! I thought the news was funny last week, but this shit right here, this shit right here,
that's crazy.
It's bananas. It is bananas. So,
not bananas, Sybil.
I'm sorry.
It's white supremacy.
Poor choice of words there, Hug.
He's been on the job that long. This is your career. This is how you going out.
This is how you going out.
This is how you going out.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the head of the snake.
Right.
How do you think the body acts?
Right.
Right.
Come on, man.
And this won't be the end. Whoever his successor is probably working on his next little joke, thinking that, we'll just let this die down and then we'll come up with some other wacky kind of way.
Well, we want Earl Leroy to retire after this.
To be able to retire. Yes.
Where you at, Crump?
Ben Crump's got so many cases on his table right now.
He's running out. He's running out of lisp.
Lisp. He said lisp. Shit.
So much work to do.
Ben is doing the Lord's work. I swear.
Doing the Lord's work.
I swear. So, did you guys see this standoff that took place on I-95 in Massachusetts on Saturday morning? Did you see the story? We did. And this is a crazy, because when I saw it, I was like, okay, so they had some extremists. They were pulled over. The police stopped them from doing anything. And so they were, these wacky, crazy extremists. And so I'm like, boy, this thing with white folks, this is really getting crazy.
That's what I said, man. When is it going to? They were what?
Exactly, Huggy. And then when I saw Moors,
I said, I'm like, we had a sniper moment, Chris. I was like, let me shut the fuck up.
I swear, Huggy, I said Moors. Mm-hmm. That's black folks,
right?
And it was a group. They call themselves a part of this Moors organization. They said they were on their way to their private land in Maine from Rhode Island for training. And this is a group, they said that they, would not put down their weapons. They wouldn't comply with the authorities' orders, claiming to be from a group that does not recognize our laws. And so this is Rise of the Moors is the name of the group. They were on their way, 1:30 in the morning. They pulled over into the breakdown lane in two vehicles. They were, I guess they wanted to put some gas, or they had to get gas or something like that. And the police came upon them. And there were 11 of them. And they would not give their ID. A lot of them are standing outside already wearing military clothing and with guns and rifles slung over their shoulders, pistols, all of them. And so they wouldn't give their ID. They wouldn't give any their licenses for the firearms, none of that. And so as this goes on, and they said, well, we're going to have to arrest you because you have these weapons. There's no license. You won't show us any ID and what have you. And as they start to arrest two of these guys, the others go running off into the woods.
Right.
And so then they had to wake up everybody in the little Massachusetts town saying, it would be better if you would stay inside because we got 8-9 black men running around with guns.
Hold on. Did they say black men?
No.
Right.
NWA. Nick with automatics.
Right. And at one point, the leader of the group got on social media and was recording at the time and telling people what was going on with the rise of the Moors. And ultimately, the standoff came to a peaceful ending. All of them were arrested. They're going to be in court tomorrow. and between the ages of 17 and 40.
Wow.
Black men. And so the rise of the Moors, and they are not the only ones. There are organizations all over the country in which you're hearing more and more.
How do they negotiate an end to the standoff? How do they negotiate an end to it?
Exactly. And
they
so
said that they got surrounded.
Yeah, they said that they kept calling in more and more police departments. And so as they, and so as they the police department spread out and then came in on them, and they managed to get them all in a small group. And they said they said
if they have 10 police officers for 2 people, imagine how many they have for 11.
Right. Coming out of Boston and state departments and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, it was really pretty wild. It was really quite a story, but that also is on our What You Need to Know newsletter. Chris, Yolanda said to tell you your video is up.
Let's go.
Bag up, Terry. Put in reverse, Terry. Put in reverse. Oh, Lord, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. What you doing, Terry? Terry, what you doing?
I swear I have heard that.
Oh, my God.
I've never seen that.
Bruh,
black people are so
that
fucking funny, man.
Ain't
I know.
shit.
Bruh, black
nobody
people
tried to save him.
Right.
Nobody, like, you can push the motherfucking chair. Nobody. What you doing, Terry? You could have saved Terry.
Explosion's going on right there.
And it's not going.
Bruh.
Come on.
I would have ran over that motherfucker's foot, bruh, and left that heavy-ass wheelchair on his foot after that, bruh.
Black people are so
Terry had a whole head full of hair before that explosion, bruh. He went from Sherman Hemsley to he had a half and half, bro. He had an Arnold Palmer, bro. What the fuck, bro? Terry probably don't even go outside on the 4th floor, bro. He's looking out the window.
Oh, Lord, Terry, Lord.
I bet he makes sure that battery is charged the fuck up.
Right.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy.
That's hilarious.
And his leg was already hurt. Like,
So he was in a wheelchair, and then he had something on his leg.
And strapped down to the wheelchair so he wouldn't be able to move the leg. It's like
they did everything but shot fireworks off his lap.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Or made him into a rocket, just wrap those suckers in
shit.
So
let's see how strong these wheels are, Terry.
Tear. Has anybody gone back to the movies?
No,
not yet.
Hell no, I'm not. I'm waiting.
Coy?
Nope.
I don't trust this honor policy. I go out and I see places that have signs. If you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. If you are vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. If you are not vaccinated, please wear your mask. Really? I'm supposed to believe this bullshit?
Right.
I don't trust this honor system. I'm all in favor of making people show their vaccination cards to get in places.
You should be able to give a urine sample or something like that. I'm just going over
for the R. Kelly. That's for the R. Kelly show. If you want to go there,
that's for the next.
You got to give
for when he is let out of jail.
But people are upset about it. They have had some concerts lately, and everybody to get in. It was like Foo Fighters at Madison Square Garden. You had to be vaccinated, so let's keep that policy.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
If you want to go, you have to be vaccinated.
Right.
Yeah. I wanted to.
Or at least do theaters. Some of the theaters have to be vaccinated only. How about that?
That's a good, and you don't have any single screen movie theaters anymore. So you can do that. You could have, this is for all you nasty people who don't want to get the vaccine.
Right.
Except you couldn't enjoy the movie because you hear the theater next door, you hear all this coughing from next door.
You know how I used to be at the movie, at the airport and see the little smoking room?
Right.
Yeah.
That's how you look at the vaccinated people. You walk past like, God damn.
Right.
My sister be right in that motherfucker. I'm coming.
Wait a minute. Send me a message through the room. I can see it.
Do you think it's going to get to that point that they're going to start asking people for their vaccination cards to do things like go to the movies, go to the grocery store, different public places? Do you think it's going to get to that point?
Might. I just saw Florida numbers are going up.
Yeah,
numbers are going up again.
And that's something that we talk about in the newsletter to you guys in terms of the coronavirus update that we give every day. And by the way, thank those of you who have watched our interview with Dr. Anthony Fauci. It's going to be on tomorrow, and you can check it out.
How'd you get Fauci?
Huh?
How'd y'all get Fauci? I said, what?
It was the power of Tom Joyner.
Wow. Come on, man. Come on, man. That ain't unheard of, bro.
I was gonna say she sent him a thunder coat for his pets. Like, you know what? I'll do it.
That's a great callback, and it's a thunder shirt.
Thunder shirt.
What's he call it?
Thunder shorts.
Thunder coat.
Oh.
No, that's what the wife calls it.
Thunder shorts.
Thunder coat.
Put on your thunder shorts.
Sound like some condoms for superheroes.
Here comes
my thunder
coat?
My thunder coat. Put on my thunder coat.
Yeah, so that's how we got him, and it was great to be back with Tom again, and having that opportunity to talk to Dr. Fauci, and hopefully that we'll get a chance to do it again. And also talking in terms of getting folks to get vaccinated still. And as Tom has said, if you're not vaccinated, you can't get on this cruise. And so there's a lot of conversation about how to get people, and especially older people, younger people, Coy, to get vaccinated and to go to these events. I mean, if you can't get them into a lottery, if you can't give them gift cards, if they won't take a car or any of these other things that these states have been offering.
Lottery, all types of
If you're not swayed by 600,000 deaths.
Hello, how about that
First
number?
First and foremost.
How about that number?
The fact that people are still throwing conspiracy theories out at this point in time.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, tell Tom to get Fauci on the cruise.
He invited us.
How confident would everybody be on that boat? They walk and see Fauci on the dance floor? Well, shit. Let's be safe.
No, because everybody would want Fauci to be with them the whole week. I'm hanging with Fauci.
Hey, Doc, I got another question for you.
Fauci get turned out. By Friday, he be walking around butt naked with a mask on. Fauci be turned out.
That's a visual I don't think I can. I can
Fauci
go
married, bro. Fauci married, bro.
Everybody's married before they get on the ship, Huggy. I was asking about going to the movie theaters because there are movies that are coming out, and especially next week. But there's a movie out now, the documentary of Dick Gregory. And I know we have talked about Dick Gregory with you guys before. And I was wondering if any of you had seen the Dick Gregory documentary.
I have not, but the trailer itself is amazing.
Right.
Yeah, it's powerful. I mean, and I knew of Dick Gregory, and and working with Tom all these years, learned more about him. But even in this, I'm wondering how much did people learn as much as I did in watching this, because he was just such an amazing man, just an incredible talent. We talk about Paul Mooney, and you can't talk about Paul Mooney unless you talk about somebody like Dick Gregory, and then there having been a tag team, a tandem on stage. Right. That's incredible.
Right.
And the amount of talent we have in our community, and to have people like Dick Gregory who, changed so many lives and changed so many minds politically, in terms of their health. Right. And things like that. Just a really, really powerful dude. And I don't know that he got all of his roses, but I do hope that people will watch this documentary and really, really intense, a good piece of work. Dick Gregory, and it is on Showtime. And if you don't have Showtime, maybe this is a good night tonight before the holiday is over to go and visit somebody who does have Showtime and say, we're just here to wish you a happy 4th of July.
And watch this special right quick.
Can we change the channel real quick, please?
Or in some cases, can you warm the TV up before? Coy, you don't know nothing about warming up the TV, do you?
I've heard of that with an old antique radio my dad bought at one point in time. And he explained that it has a lamp in the back, and when you cut it on, it has to warm up before you can listen to the radio. So he actually cut it on for me one time, and that was pretty cool to see, but I never knew about warming up a TV.
Yeah,
wow.
You were born after we were the remote controls for our families.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So go on up there and change that channel. Okay.
And then eventually we all turn into those old appliances. Right. It takes us some time to warm up.
My name is Zenith.
Takes us a few minutes to warm up.
You know what, Huggy? I believe it is, because the quality goes in before the name goes on.
And that's a correction. It's called Moat Control.
Oh, excuse me. That's right. Yep. If you had some of your parents, the moat. Go get the moat. Yeah, exactly. And this last question is for the chair dance kings. Wondering if you all had an opportunity to watch the verses of between Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown, and if you had any thoughts on that. Dance chair kings, I wanna.
Did you see it, Chris?
No, I didn't see it. I was just watching that picture saying which one is which.
Oh, it wasn't difficult to tell.
Bobby's a little Keith and Keith's a little Bobby these days.
We don't know if they Bobby Sweat or Keith Brown.
Is Keith Sweat about to battle Batman? Who is he? Catwoman?
Keith came with a wardrobe. I mean, a complete and looks good. I think he came prepared to. I think he thought he was going to dust Bobby. Right. I am a Bobby Brown fan and was not prepared for Keith to dust Bobby, and he did not. Right. Bobby did not disappoint, to the point, you guys. Bobby was so gracious in this, knowing all his catalog of hits and everything like that. But he was singing Keith Sweat songs with Keith, or saying the words that Keith didn't remember. Wow. It was really cool. But that's me, and I know a lot of people were there to hear Keith Sweat. But
I like when they're fans of each other. And
that was legitimate. Right, I mean, I think Bobby's a fan of everybody's.
Right.
But
Bobby's a bad motherfucker though. You gotta give Bobby his props.
Yeah. You really do. Yeah. Who would you guys like to see in a versus? Any thoughts on anything?
Twizzlers versus Red Vines.
Okay. All right. Whoa. Let me write that one down. Write that one down.
I think a good one would be like Avant versus maybe
said no one ever. You started off Avant versus Avant got them hits.
Nobody who ever warmed up a television set would say some shit like that.
Avant got hit.
Avant versus Mark Morrison.
Alfonso Blackwell versus
one topic that we did not discuss today is my girl Sha'Carri Richardson and the petition that is going on. We will talk about that tomorrow with J. Anthony Brown. And if you guys would like to join us and get in on that discussion too. I think she's an amazing talent, and
she tried to slide us in for 2 days, Chris. You see how smooth she was with that shit?
I saw that.
We got more fireworks to light, Sybil.
Well, here's the other thing. Whether J. Anthony Brown opens the door for y'all to come in is another thing altogether, because you know how he is about that kind of thing. Yeah, but do stay tuned tomorrow, and I really have enjoyed talking to you guys. As always, Coy, thank you for bringing the social justice to us, and Chris and Huggy bringing the thoughtful conversation and the fun. We appreciate you guys.
Well,
always.
Right. It's time for the fifth.
A real fifth.
That's how you celebrate. Yes, it's time for the fifth.
Look,
Chris, what is your fifth of choice, by the way?
I'm gonna go with Maker's Mark.
Nice.
Bourbon.
Okay. All right. We will see y'all tomorrow. And
God damn, we don't get no Yogi's Jews today, Chris. They cut this shit short.
Yogi's on vacation.
No. I was looking at the clock, and you're absolutely right. It is now time for
Yogi's Jules 4th of July edition.
You had to cut it short. Yogi's Jews.
Fireworks. Brat, brat, brat.
Truth and honesty.
Rewind. Come again.
You're scaring my dog. You're scaring my dog again.
Every hour of millions of sound, you must go by myself.
Truth and honesty are the pillars of good character, but first you must be honest with yourself.
Damn, that hurt.
Okay? I know.
You could have texted me that shit, sir.
Well, she's right, Jules, especially for us. Fuck that.
Know, right?
I'm hanging up.
Okay, personalized.
She's speaking to us.
Have a great evening, everybody.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Love y'all. Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Bye.